So I want to take a step back, and you mentioned that this was your top choice. How did you feel during the interview, and did you have any hints that they would call you? They really liked you too.
So during the government, it's very hard to have hints. it's because what you guys are going to notice is that for most government interviews, the interview is very substantive, like extremely substantive. It's going to feel like you are in a law school exam, or even worse, it's going to feel like you are being like on a trial and like they're like just bombarding you with questions. So it's like an oral exam, literally. Like usually you pick a case law, either a case law that they assign to you or a case law that you like, and you're supposed to talk about it. And also they expect you to tell why you agree or why you disagree with the case, and also to know the content behind it. So in the constitutional law branch, for example, I picked a case that was related to charter rights. So I had to know it. I had to know what charter values were. I had to know freedom of religion because that's what my case was related to. In the criminal branch that I had, they assigned me a case that was related to causation. So I had to know the case law that was related to that subject. So you have to keep in mind that because since the government is very substantive, having more than 3 interviews of the government can be very stressful because it's like preparing for more than 3 exams in 1 week. So when I was doing the interviews, most of the time, they were not looking at me. They were looking at a paper because they have to be very objective with the grading criteria. It's not like law firms. It's not about the fit. Sure, the fit does they do take in consideration if you fit or not in the law firm in the government. And maybe in the end, if they have 2 people with the same mark, they will pick the one that not that they like more, but that they think will be better for that specific branch. But what counts more is your mark. So it's like you have to make sure that you are clear in your answers, that you don't speak too fast, which is a problem for me, but I really try to control myself. So they can take notes because they literally transcribe word by word everything you're saying. So they can go back after and then they can compare and they can mark those exams. So it's hard for you to know like if it's going well. I remember though that at those 2 interviews, the Crown Office Criminal and the CLB, that I really enjoyed the interviews. That was something that gave me a hint. Like other government branches that I did interview, I laughed and I was like, oh my God, that was like such a failure. Like, what am I doing here? They should just have told me you're not getting the position right away. Like they were bad. Like I knew they were bad. But the one that got picked at and the other one that I really liked, like I was having fun. So that's something I can tell, like for whoever is doing the government interview. If you're doing the interview and you feel like you're enjoying it, if you feel like things are coming your way and you can actually think on your feet and you're not thinking too long and you can answer whatever questions they're giving to you, it's mostly because you're doing well. It's mostly because you're going to do okay. Like if you feel like you don't know what to reply or if you're trying to make up answers that make no sense, then it's probably not going well. So that is the way for government interviews. Like it's not like if the person's smiling at you or be nice to you, whatever, because they can't be nice to you. They're looking at a piece of paper. More about like whether you're enjoying it, whether it's a fun interview to have. And the one I got hired at my first choice, CLB, like I loved the interview. It was like, I think it was 30 minutes and we're talking about that case. And they would be asking me a lot of questions about the case. And like in the end, I didn't notice that 30 minutes had passed. And it was just a very interesting experience. Also, something else to keep in mind about governments is that they also have behavioral questions, a lot of behavioral questions, way more than law firms, because they want to make sure that you're ethical, that you know what you're supposed to do, and that they don't have to teach you those simple stuff. But yeah, like just try to enjoy. And if you're enjoying, it's because it's good.